Today the moon is finishing up its time in the mutable fire of Sagittarius and will be traversing the void between this constellation and the next one, which is Capricorn, passing over our friend Pluto in Capricorn. That's right, folks, Pluto is not in Aquarius, and it won't be for like 16 more years, because this is true sidereal astrology based on the actual stars. Sidereal means of the stars. Tropical astrology should really just be called seasonology because it has nothing to do with the stars at all. It's a seasonal construct, a limited system with incomplete information, and the gaps are filled in by confirmation bias, self-fulfilling prophecy, and the human ego. So using the visible sky, otherwise known as alchemical astronomy or 13 sign astrology, because that's right, there is a 13th sign that has been hidden from us. So Fucus, the serpent bearer over the galactic center, which is a black hole in the womb of our universe. Okay, so this daily dose of true sidereal 13 sign astrology will give you the scoop on what is going on in the visible sky so that you can learn the archetypes yourself and remove the middleman from your astrology. You can literally just look up and bingo bango, it's a primary experience once again. So the moon in Sagittarius today is asking you to take a step forward with your goals, the plans that you set in motion with the last new moon in Virgo. Let's have a look-see at the wheel to see what else is going on. So here we are on Mastering the Zodiac's brand new software, True Sky. This is a web-based platform. I am not affiliated. I am just stoked to have this available to me. And since I have been playing around with this the last couple of days, I have noticed some things that were not visible on the previous free version. And that specifically is involving Black Moon Lilith, which is not actually a planet. It is a point kind of like the nodes. So it's a point where the moon is the furthest away from the earth. Black Moon Lilith represents the repressed feminine rage, the witch wound, the side effect of the inverted society overemphasizing the masculine doing culture. And would you have a look at that? It's right next to Mars, which is the masculine doing energy, and they're both in Libra, which is the sign of relationships and balance, and that has been opposing Uranus and Taurus for some time. So this gives another lens or another layer of explanation or permission slip as far as this push-pull between the masculine and the feminine. Also, potential interpersonal turbulence or difficulties in relationships, like finding situations that were tolerated before not being so tolerated. Like, this is really giving, like, we're not gonna take it anymore. Like, I'm putting my freaking foot down. I am not putting up with this kind of BS. Like, that's what I'm getting with this energy. And that is compounded again by Venus in Virgo opposing Chiron in Pisces. Otherwise, everything else is pretty much the same. So I'm not going to go into too much detail as far as the other aspect patterns go. But just know that if you're experiencing that kind of turbulence or difficulties or choice points in your relationships, and relationships are not just with people, but also with yourself and your habits, you like, really everything is a relationship with yourself, because everything you're experiencing is you pushed out. Your external reality is a reflection of your internal landscape, right? So if you're having these sorts of situations in your experience right now, it is an invitation for you ultimately to call those fragmented aspects of yourself home. And if you're not experiencing that right now, you're one of the lucky ones who don't have a lot of activation in your chart in these sorts of themes. Just hang tight, ride the waves of expansion that are hitting the collective, moving us from the old paradigm of looking outside of ourselves, using the head, masculine doing, hustle culture, all of that kind of patriarchal energy. We're moving away from that as a collective into a more spacious, heart-centered, intuitive, and magical seat from which the action is meant to spring. So overall, today's sky is asking you to take a step forward with your heart-centered creation. And if you don't know exactly what that is, just do something. Just don't worry about it. Don't get stuck in analysis paralysis with the sun still being in Virgo. There is a potential for that overanalyzing, thinking about it too much kind of idea. Just take a freaking step. Just do something. Come up with a flexible plan. Take a step forward, and you will be rewarded. You know, the biggest regrets that people have on their deathbeds are not acts of commission, as in doing things. It's not doing things. So do something today. Tell me what it is that you're going to do in the comments. And if you like this sort of daily dose astrology, please engage with this video. Pass it along to somebody who you think might benefit from it. Pass it along to somebody who you think is going to be triggered by it. And I will see you tomorrow.